first of all, his sister-in-law, late brother's wife, was listed as a commissioner. PDP had APC had a problem with that. Now, he took so much time to name his commissioners. APC had a problem. He has listed the commissioners. They have a problem with that. What exactly do you think APC is gaming at with this narrative now?
So again, I am not a member of APC, and I'm not a member of APC in Osun State. But if I would just go at it directly, as you asked, I would say that it's just politics that they are playing, and it's allowed that you played opposition politics and played it well. Where opposition politics, or the voice of opposition politics, is deafened, where it is reduced or quietened, you would have the party in power, acting anyhow. I've described some of our leaders to be people who, when they get into authority, they engage in frivolities, But if there were a few people within the system who cautioned, who said, oh, if you looked at this again, this would be better, who proffered better solutions to the ones that the party in power, is proffering, you would have a balance of idea. For instance, who says governors are not listening to dissenting voices? They are. Even though they have got spin doctors around themselves, they've got people who are bootlickers around them who say, oh, don't listen to Akpotive. Oh, don't listen to this. The truth of the matter is that it creates some balancing in their heart to say that the people are not all excited. There are a few voices within my space that, are questioning some of these policies that I'm churning out. So when we see opposition party acting in the way they are acting, we must understand that is what allows for a great democracy. And we must permit it, because there are specific things that gives credence, that gives support to why they say some of the things that they say. They have certain information at their disposal that may not be at the disposal of the general public. So when they say some of these things, they know why they are saying it. In River State, in Delta State, we have had governors who intentionally leave certain commissions or ministries because they want their cousins to be there, they want their brothers to be there, they want their wives to be there, they want their relatives to be there. Or they will not have a commissioner in that ministry, but they will have a special advisor. Commissioner, you have to send the names to the public, and the public will start scrutinizing it. So for instance, lands, and I don't want to mention the state before they say Andy is there again. Now, for instance, lands, there was no commissioner and in one of the states, but there was a special advisor who was a cousin or brother to a former governor, who did everything like a commissioner would do in that ministry, but he was not seen. So governors understand how to do these things, how to chunt the system, how to bring their people. And it is the duty only of opposition to be able to shout out to the roof and call out these people. You see, in the last administration in River State, particularly of the years of Wike, we didn't have opposition in River State. Therefore, a lot of things just happened. There was no opposition. The few voices that were opposition at the end of the day began decamping, and they were standing in front of the brown door. Only God knows what.
The ultimate
brown door. You just stand in front of you. This man, you again, you're standing in front of the brown door. So we need opposition politics for democracy to be stand.
I totally agree. But in the name of position, which is very critical, you've done a good job elucidating on that. But let's flip this script right now. Now, Adeleke, as a governor, a lot of expectations were placed on him. Like I said, from delay in releasing the list to now having these stories about his inability to actually critically pinpoint what should be. For instance, making himself commissioner for works through a pseudo person. Putting all of this together, is it too much to say that people shouldn't really, maybe the Osun people shouldn't really have too much of expectation from him, looking at the fact that it may end up like the usual?
So I have my opinion about some of these people, but you see, when these decisions are taken, as a Christian, I understand that before I analyze anything, I look after the law of first mentioning. Where was this thing first mentioned? When it was mentioned, how was it used? Where was it used? To who was it said? You know, I weigh the other things against the law of first mention. And if you brought that into politics, you want to ask yourself, is Adeleke the first person who is doing this? He's not the first person. You have had presidents who were ministers of petroleum resources till they left. Only God, and they never acted in that capacity. Because once upon a time, President Muhammadu Buhari was the Minister of Petroleum.
Yeah.
They went to buy us fake diesel, fake fuel, fake everything to this country. He didn't sack himself. Because how is it that you are the minister, the one who is responsible? Yet this thing came, knocked the engines of the cars of Nigerians, embarrassed Nigerians before the international community, and nothing happened.